Hello, I am Max and you're watching Cool Stuff in Weird Cars. In this video, we're going over all my cars yet again, because it's been a while since I've done an update. So, let's get started with the actual cars of the bunch. And so first off, we'll have a look at my 94 Lexus LS400, which this one has a bit of an interesting thing going on with it recently. Luckily, it's not doing it right now, but I believe that the alarm system, security, you can see the little security light there on the dash, it's not flashing because I didn't lock the car. I believe that it was basically running down the battery, which kind of sucks. But it started up this time and I left it for an entire week because I left it for a total of like a day and a half without starting it and it went completely dead. But I didn't activate the security system the last time I parked it and it's been like a week and a couple days and it didn't go dead, as you can tell. So I guess maybe the battery's getting old. It might not be able to hold the charge as well as it once did. Who knows? But luckily it started this time, so I'm gonna probably just start driving this again because I've been driving that recently. But we're almost at 175,000 miles, 174, 872. Nothing really much to say about this thing. Otherwise, it's been driving fine since I got the wheel bearing replaced. That was the biggest thing, of course. And still sounds great. Still leaks power steering fluid really bad. Left a nice little puddle on the driveway here. And that'll about conclude it for this car. And next up we have the 2004 Dodge Intrepid SE 2.7 liter, which I've been basically using as a kind of a daily driver. Even though I haven't really went anywhere at all in the past 2 to 3 weeks. But it's been serving me well. Battery hasn't went dead on it, at least. The window's still screwed up on it, of course. Got to still fix that. And we are up to 31,567 miles in this thing, which is not too bad. Turn that off. Still have no issues firing right up. No crazy sounds or anything. Check engine light's still on, of course, because it has an evap leak of some sort, which I need to figure out at some point. But you might notice I did actually clean it. It's so much cleaner now. It's actually shiny. It does have some imperfections here and there. It's got some scratches around the bumpers, a few scratches on top, assumingly from a cat. I don't know what this is, but it would not come out with washing it, so might be able to get that off with some sort of clay barring or something like that. This paint's actually metallic looking at it. I see little sparkles in it. I thought it was just gloss. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a reliable-ish car so far. I'll definitely need to run through it and really thoroughly clean it up at some point because the interior's still not clean, the engine's still not clean, a few other things I'd like to go through. But at least the outside looks nice now-ish. And we'll go ahead and shut this car off. And we'll check out the last of my actual cars. And of course, last but not least, on the car agenda list, we have my 89 Chrysler TC by Maserati, which we'll go ahead and hook up the battery real quick. I'm assuming it'll be fine. I have not ran this car since I got back from Texas with it, but it should be fine. It may be leaking something that may or may not be antifreeze or something of the sort. Can I get in this way? Can I move something to get in this way? Maybe. Let's see. Good news, lights come on whenever I open the doors. Bad news is that the driver's door was open a slight amount, so hopefully I have no critters or anything in here. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't smell real bad in here or anything. I don't see any mouse turds of any sort. But we'll go ahead and fire this thing up here in a second. Once the ABS pump gets done with its whole spiel. I hate that there's no lighting in this garage. I wish there was, but that would be a project for a future date, if anything. And the camera can't really figure out what to focus on. There we go. Wait for it. the window down a little bit. But yeah, if you didn't see, one of my last videos of this car was putting new spark plug wires in it, so it should fire up pretty nicely. It ran pretty good whenever I was down in Texas, which was fantastic, of course. Alright, put neutral, fire it up. And it's perfect. Anti-lock is still, oh, no, never mind. I'm amazed that this car has never leaked power steering fluid, which is something I would have expected it to leak. Just because it didn't have a single drop in it whenever I got it running, or whenever I first got it. But somehow, some way, it's managed to not leak any of it. You can kind of see the gauges there, I guess. But I won't leave this one running long because it's definitely going to get stinky here in the garage. I don't really have much space to move it out. So, I'd say that's probably just about good enough. And like I said, I don't know if it leaked out all the antifreeze or what it leaked out, but it's still it still stutters whenever it's warming up for some reason every now and then. Who knows why? But once it's warmed up, it runs fine. So, we'll go ahead and shut it off. And we'll go ahead and move on to my final vehicle. And then, of course, last but very, very, very far from least, we have my 1996 Dodge Ram 1500, 5-speed, extended cab long bed, 4-wheel drive, all of those things. I said I was going to sell this thing a while ago, and that didn't happen. So yeah, I still have it, and I drive it every now and then. I drove it actually last week to help a friend move, because he needed help with moving the bed. So it got driven then, which is why that seat's all funky. I also cleaned out the interior real nice on it. I mean, it's got a little bit dirty in it now, but whatever. And our mileage is 138, 887. So close to being 4.8s. Gotta love the buzzers, of course. Of course, no issues with this thing at all. I've let this thing sit for like a month and a half and the battery didn't go down at all. It's incredible. I don't know how old the battery is necessarily, but it's nice that it doesn't have any issues. Also, yeah, I have to implement the buzzer stopper right there. Of course, we got low washer fluid as well. But yeah, this thing has nothing really fancy to say about it. Like I said, I cleaned out the interior, which looks pretty nice. I took out the stupid floor mats that were down there. I'll probably end up putting them back because they're actually kind of useful because they are, I guess they're rubber, plastic, something like that. They definitely help out with keeping the floor clean-ish. It's definitely not perfect, but whatever. The interior of this thing is actually pretty nice. Like the floor, everything except for the headliner, the dashboard, which is, you know, because it's a Dodge, and that's really about it. That's the only things that are actually really bad on it. Everything else is actually pretty nice. Steering wheel has some pits in it, but whatever. Stop it. So that will conclude this short little video. First, can I can't. So I can turn the key all the way off in this thing, and then take the key out, as you can see right there. And actually I can do that while it's running too. But it'll actually let me shut it off, but it will not let me, or it won't let you actually spin it otherwise. It's not quite that bad yet. But it was actually kind of nice whenever I was letting it warm up in the winter, because I would just turn the key on, start it, and then pull the key out while it was still running, and then just lock the door so I didn't have anybody stealing it. It was actually really helpful. But that will conclude the videos, or the video on just updating my cars. I'm trying to get some review stuff out. Still want to review that thing at some point. I'd like to review the Intrepid. Maybe I might do some more TC content too. But we'll see whenever that happens. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.